Jusis temporarily left the party. Did he take detection with him? No, I needed that. How am I to know where treasure chests are now? Not all nobles are the same. There are even low-ranking nobles like myself who own no land whatsoever. I do own a small business in Heimdall, but there's hardly any difference between myself and a common merchant. Truth be told, the nobles here in Bereahard are a bit too dazzling for me. He took detection with him. So upsetting. Okay. So we have the quest for Sorcier Restaurant, which I don't think was the required one, was it? No, the Monster Hunt is the required one. Then I guess let's talk to everyone and see if we can find the hidden quest. Your name is Wine. That's something. Vino is wine in Italian. Mommy said yes when I asked her if we could go play. She's gotten really nice all of a sudden. Vino was rather persistent, so I brought him along today too. I did have some plans for dinner tonight, but oh well. I wasn't particularly thrilled by the idea of going in the first place. Okay. Intriguing. Keep taking pictures, Dad. Make sure you get that fountain in the cathedral, too. So funny. Alright, let's start in the cathedral. We're gonna find this quest. Y'all are tourists. I don't even think you have names, so you probably don't have the quest. We people are but ephemeral and powerless. However, we must continue to prey on regardless of this. There are many children in Bereahard who are not as fortunate as others. My wish is to provide those children with hope for the future. Okay. You do that. Nothing in here. Get out of the way! Nothing in here. Hey. I've only just noticed recently, but the sister here is ever so graceful. I feel as though I recognize her from somewhere too. I can't say for sure, however. Her habit covers much of her head. The one we just spoke to? Does she? Archbishop Amun has made many appeals to Duke Alberea in regards to recent events. He doesn't seem to be willing to lend an ear, however. To make matters worse, he stopped attending Mass recently, too. Whatever should we do about this? I don't know. Move on with your lives? I've been receiving many letters from every church in the Croizon province ever since the tax increase began. Each and every one of them detailed the negative effects said tax has been having and how the people are suffering for it. Yeah, I imagine your taxes randomly doubling would be a rather crippling blow. I've also heard talk that Oryx's fort is strengthening its armaments too. Perhaps Duke Alberea needs to be reminded that Adios's one desire is for us to be at peace. I guess I'll talk to you since you're here. Came to offer my prayers before returning home. This will be the last time I get to do so at such a magnificent cathedral after all. The sister here came to greet us earlier. She was ever so elegant too. Even the sisters of Bereahard fit the city's high-class image, it seems. Okay. To the restaurant. As much as he tries to hide it, Hamon's always worrying about Lord Jusis. He's been watching over him ever since he was a baby, apparently, so it's understandable. He probably considers him to be like his own son. It is unfortunate that we get a request from Jusis' uncle, and Jusis isn't here to do the uncle's request. Greetings and welcome. Hello, Hammond. We're here to take up your request, but I'd like to thank you for that delicious meal last night first. It was good. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. Might I ask where Lord Jusis is, though? He was called back to the mansion, I'm afraid. We have plans to meet up with him in the afternoon, however. Is that so? It's too bad Jusis isn't here, considering this request is from his uncle. That's what I just said. Anyway, about your request. Ah, yes, as you read, I would like you to gather some ingredients for me. Are you all currently free? If so, I will explain the details of what I need. Sure, why not? Yep, we can take it up now. Please go ahead and explain. The request mentioned something about making a nostalgic dish. Correct. Said dish isn't on our menu, but it's one that I would like you all to try. I assume it's a rather special dish, then? There's no doubt about how delicious it'll be if you're making it, at least. What kind of dish is it? Perhaps soup is the best way to describe it? I plan on making enough for you all to enjoy, so please look forward to that. How could we not? What is it you need us to gather, then? There are two types of ingredients I'd like to ask you to gather for me. The first is globby fat. Ew. Which can be collected from monsters on the highway. I need 5 of those, to be exact. The other is an herb used by the Septian Church to synthesize medicine called a healing herb. So 5 piles of globby fat and a healing herb. I don't want to carry around 5 piles of globby fat, though. That sounds really disgusting. Where do we get the herb from, then? You'll want to speak to Sister Titania at Berea Cathedral. I was just there. I'm sure she'll be willing to part with one. Just tell her I sent you. All right, sounds easy enough. Shall we start on the task at hand? Yeah, let's head to the cathedral first. Dang it, Roger. I was just there. Curses. Hey. I'm actually planning on taking this chance to propose to her. We've been going out for 4 years now, so yeah, I want to make things official. We're in a high-class restaurant, the mood's nice and romantic. I planned this pretty well, didn't I? I don't know, you're telling all of this to a stranger, right in front of her. So, I've gotten the hang of the table etiquette rules here now. This really is delicious. If only we could eat like this every day. The tax hikes in the Croissant province have really taken their toll on sales. They're not really an issue over in Heimdall, though. The market there still has plenty of room for growth. I'll have to make sure Baron Fafnir and I come to an agreement today. We spoke to Fafnir in the hotel. Surely there must be more important things for us to go and see. Perhaps I should take the time to head into town today. What to do there, though? Do I take the time to marvel at the pair of Pegasi on the roof of Duke Alberea's mansion? The plural of Pegasus is Pegasi? I just thought the plural of Pegasus was Pegasus. Or would I be better off dedicating my time to the ancient waterways that run under the city? I need to find out how to get there. The ancient waterways. They have a treasure chest that I would very much like. Hey. Do you happen to know this commoner's background at all? She comes from a rather wealthy family in Heimdall, it seems. They even seem to have connections with Heimdall's local government, too. Right, you're the parents, or one of you is the parent of one of the lacrosse girls. Oh, then all is fine, isn't it? She seems like an appropriate friend for your daughter. Well, that's true, but This restaurant was the first place to give me the chance to perform for Mira. As you can imagine, I have many fond memories of it. I owe much to the owner for allowing me to do so too. I will find you, Hidden Quest. I will. Oh, I didn't talk to you. Okay. Hello, everyone. Did you enjoy your meal last night? We were excited to serve Lord Jusis again for the first time in a while. We hope to see you again. Wookie. Man, this is such a big place. Okay. It seems that Lord Jusis was called home by the Duke. My word, just what business would the Duke have with someone like him? A good question. He can't truly expect anyone to support Lord Jusis when commoner blood courses through his veins, can he? Ah, I see. The old, you're not a legitimate child thing. Lord Rufus will be the one taking his father's place, regardless. Lord Jusis is but a mere spare should things go wrong. I know exactly how you feel, Machias, but nothing good will come from confronting them. There's no need to tell me that. Let's go. We've got no business with these fools. Disgusting. Y'all need to get over yourselves. Get a hobby. Alright, I'm here now. Okay, that's the canyon path, so we'll ignore that for now. Hey, you're just a tourist. We need to be extra careful while here. The last thing I want is for either of us to upset the nobles. Okay. Where are the children? Jusis patted my head because I was a good boy. I hope we see him again soon. I planned on reading this book to Raby since it's popular, but he won't let me read any more of it because there was a scary part in it. Well, we won't be using it anymore, so perhaps you might like it instead? Oh, thank you. Unexpected. I don't need to go on the highway right now. I don't think we can go in the station, so let's go in the Galleria. Lord Rufus's efforts of late have been most impressive. Not only has he been dealing with business within the province, he manages to conduct his affairs in other provinces too. He seems to be negotiating and coordinating with the other provinces in his father's stead. I can't think of another man in the Empire with his age who can compare to his ability. I hold great pride in him. Apparently you do. That was a lot more dialogue than I would have expected from a random shopkeep. Even now, Bereahard remains the center of fashion for nobles. Seeing tailors whip up refined and elegant dresses with little to no effort truly is a sight to behold. I wish to be able to make dresses like that myself one day. Just let you know if I want a hint for the hidden quest. If I've spoken to everyone and still haven't found it, I will hit you up. I plan on cleaning our mansion from top to bottom. I've even received permission to do so too. Unless you're about to tell me that I can't do the hidden quest now, and I need to do it after I've done my existing quests. That would be useful. Master was very keen on the idea when I mentioned that the mansion next door is far cleaner than ours. You wanted to do more cleaning? You volunteered for that? Okay. Have a good one, Bear. Thanks for coming. I can do it now. Good to know. While Duke Alberea seems to have little interest in hunting, Lord Rufus seems to have a penchant for it. I've heard that he even took part in a falconry competition in Heimdall sponsored by Emperor Eugens himself? Oh, if only I were from an influential family, then I could have joined them. Nobles are said to have originally been knights who rose up to defend their lands, so in essence the nobility and military power will always be closely linked. And that is why Duke Alberea's right to lead the Poison Provincial Army is undisputed. I see. Alright, nothing in here. Wait. Being polite is the best policy when it comes to serving nobles. They'll be much more favorable towards you if you focus on being as polite as possible rather than showing them goods. That's something I finally learned for myself recently. Okay, wait, did I speak to you? Even those of us in Breahard have been subject to harsh tax increases for a while now. It's far from ideal, that's for sure. It's rather cruel, too, as we work our hardest to please the nobles. Seems like more and more people are growing dissatisfied with the Duke. Can't blame them either. Alright, we're learning things. We're learning.
It's my turn.
That's not what I wanted, but that's fine, too. Not going to the canyon. Can I fish down here? I don't think so. Nor do I have access to this yet. Yeah. All right. We continue our search. Okay. My lady, might I request that you make today's conversation short? We do have luncheon to prepare for. I happened to purchase a sapphire tiara just the other day. What do you need that for? What do you need a sapphire tiara for? And of course, it was indeed Breahard's very own sapphire. I had it produced in one of the stores on Artisan Street even. Speaking of which, have you heard the rumors about the Crimson Tiara? San Corey's seems to have gotten their hands on it. Perhaps they'll make it publicly available. Oh, what an exciting thought. A Crimson Tiara. Okay. Lady Annabelle is the epitome of pure and delicate maiden, which makes me worried that something terrible may have befallen her, or maybe she's been tricked by some hooligan. If only she would at least send me a letter. Wait, who did you say you're looking for? I would keep it secret even from her father. Who did you say you're looking for? That's the girl who I found the wallet for, right? In Celtic, I found a wallet for a Lady Annabelle. That's funny. Airships happen to be commonplace in the borough to the south, with airports being present in almost every city. They're also frequently scheduled flights between them all, leading the borough to be known as an airship country. Erebonia has a long way to go to match up to that. We only have airports in the provincial capitals and Heimdall itself, after all. That's so funny. I love when things are connected like that. Okay, we spoke to the kids, so we're done here, so we can go back this way. Let's go to Artisan Street next, I think. You look fancy. Who are you? Oh, you're just a normal tourist. Dang. She looked too fancy to be like a normal person. Seems like most of the stores here are patronized pretty regularly by nobles. I could tell because there were way too many zeros on one of the price tags I checked. Hey. Many people say they don't understand the Duke's thought process, but I know exactly what he's thinking. The fact is, he's thinking solely of himself. He's sitting there, evaluating what's of worth to him and what isn't. He's thinking the same thing about Lord Jusis, considering his background. Oh. Yeah. But again, if he didn't want to have a child with a commoner, he should have just kept it in his pants. That's all I'm saying. Hey. I have to hold my tongue when the nobles are about, but the tax hikes the Duke put into effect are really starting to get unreasonable. I've always found his son Jusis easy to get along with whenever he stops by Artisan Street. But that's probably just because his mom's a commoner. Dang, we're just airing out all the dirty laundry today, now that Jusis isn't with us. Duke Alberea acting like a tyrant is nothing new, of course. But what can we common folk do about it? My only option is to focus on my work and complete it to the highest standard I possibly can. And that's why I want my son to become a fully fledged artisan as soon as possible. Can I go this way? No. I'm stuck? Okay. Nothing up here. Alright. We continue. Went in there already. Hello, child. Someone I know is coming over to stay tonight. He always has plenty of stories about other towns. I've never left Berea hard, so I always look forward to hearing them. Interesting. One of our regulars is coming over today. Some of the merchants who used to come here stopped due to the tax hike, but I'm fairly sure he'll still come along. He's the type of person who always helps when you're in a bind. There are plenty of different areas in the Croizon province that are owned by a variety of nobles. Each of these areas has its own unique produce, which we traveling merchants buy up and carry along to sell elsewhere. It's actually a fun, relaxing job, surprisingly enough. Are they talking about the person who's coming? Are they talking about, oh my god, what is his name? Pink-haired dude from Zero and Azure. He's really nice. He always lends a helping hand. I can't think of his name to save my life. Hayworth. Hayworth. Pretty sure it was Hayworth. My headcanon is now that Hayworth is coming to visit them. Hey. Duke Alberea isn't exactly popular among the people, to be perfectly honest. However, I can't bring myself to think ill of Lord Jusis. His actions and attitudes speak for themselves, but there's also the fact that children seem to be oddly fond of him. You can tell just by looking that Lord Jusis is a good person deep down. Kids really do like him. We make all the clothes sold at Camellia by the station. I've got some stuff here right now that's for them. Thank you for your patronage. Tanya at Camellia's kinda clumsy though. I'm worried about her. Ever since we bumped our prices up because of the tax hike, we've had a bunch of nobles complaining. I mean, we could make some low quality stuff with inferior material and sell that cheap, but that ain't our job. We pride ourselves on high quality work, so that ain't something we'll ever stoop to. That won't change either. Doesn't matter what the Duke or our customers say. Interesting.